This is the Debrief at Decision Tactical. We are here in the mall scenario of Decision Tactical before we're opening. We're excited to be here with Tasha Quoma, fitting. We're in the mall scenario. Her personality, bubbly. We're going to have some fun. Let's maybe we'll go shopping, learn some stuff about her. But yeah, to get us started, where you from, and give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Awesome. Well, for one, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. I feel so lucky. But yeah, so my name is Tasha. I'm originally from South Florida, Hollywood, and I've been here for about 20 years now, and I've had a very interesting background, which brought me to this facility, and I'm beyond grateful to be here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean to you to be from Hollywood, Florida?
It's funny because everyone originally thinks like, ooh, Hollywood, California.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm like, no, Hollywood, Florida. And then things change a little. But you know what? Hey, that interesting background though is what makes you who you are.
So who was Tasha in high school? What would like a classmate say about you?
So no shame on the nerds, but I was definitely not the cool kid. I was very shy, very quiet. I was actually picked on and bullied.
Oh, wow.
But then over time, eventually you're getting like beat down. Eventually I was like, you know what? Like, I don't care what people say. I don't care about others' opinions. I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be badass. I'm going to determine like what my future is going to be. And now, years later, I've had the opportunity to travel the world, model, do a ton of amazing opportsupermarkets, and I'm blessed for it all.
Yeah, that was like your origin story.
Yeah,
How like the
I came back strong.
Yeah, beginning of the Superwoman.
Revenge of the Nerds. And funny story is I actually came back as Supergirl at MegaCon a couple years back. I was a featured promos. It was pretty awesome.
Like that. Yeah, we got to check out. Show me a picture of that or something. So I was going to ask if you had a lot of the same qualities from them, but I guess you've developed a lot.
Yeah.
What was your first job? Because I know we've spoken. You've had a lot of different.
Gosh. Oh, wow. I've had so many different jobs, but let's see. My first one. Okay, y'all are going to laugh. I was actually, there was a tanning salon down the street a few blocks away, and I wanted to be tan because I was like pasty white girl, and I wanted to be tan so bad. I walked up and I'm like, hey, like, I know I'm really young, but is there any way I can get a job so I can get a free tanning membership? They ended up having me come in. I was cleaning tanning beds, and we were right next to a Gold's Gym. So like all these like big buff bodybuilder dudes were like sweating. So yeah, it wasn't the classiest, but I got a free tanning membership, and hey, it taught me a lot of cool skills.
That's how it all started. So you took your talents from the tanning salon eventually to Hooters.
Oh,
how'd you end up at Hooters? Tell us about that.
So I actually, when I was way younger, my dad used to take me to Hooters, and I remember going and like having lunch with him and hanging out and looking at all the girls, and I'm like, oh my God, they're so sweet, they're bubbly, and they're probably making good money. So when I moved up here to Sanford, I saw that one was opening, and I reached out, and I ended up becoming part of the opening team, and I opened the location right here down the street. So, and I was with them for 10 years. Yeah. And, but you know what though? It was the best opportunity I've ever probably had in my life. It is what made me who I am. I did the calendar, the pageant, commercials, ton of nonprofits, and it was awesome. There's a lot more to Hooters than what people think.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We actually, I had the pleasure of going there with you. Nice little lunch hangout.
And we got to do a little scavenger hunt. I have a few pictures still on the wall.
Tell us a little bit about your career there. Like you wore a lot of hats. What were some of the actual, say, occupations or roles that you had within the Hooters world?
Yeah, so I went all the way from, traveling, like I said, doing the calendar, the pageant, nonprofits, all the way to becoming a corporate trainer and opening locations and training girls on image, and basically letting people know like it's more than just a pretty face. Like you need to have brains, you need to have a personality, like you genuinely need to connect with your customers. And I think that's why for me, customer service is so important, and like what is inside like truly does count. It's not just a pretty face. Like you need to be the entire package if you want to be successful in anything.
What has that part of your career done for you that you're using today?
Yeah. So one, I built a ton of confidence.
Nice.
I truly believe in myself. I can walk up to, a group of people at a table or walk on a stage in front of thousands of people and just know that I can own it and I got this. It doesn't matter, bringing back to when people said things to me when I was younger, bullied and picked on. Everyone's always going to have an opinion about you, but what truly matters is like how you feel and what you project yourself as. Nothing else matters.
What was some of the more interesting places, like literally where places that you've been, like with the company?
Oh, wow. I mean, we traveled to Vegas, to Costa Rica. We went to Miami a lot. So yeah, I mean, every opportunity.
World traveling.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I'm definitely blessed for all the opportunities, for sure.
How were you able to use those experiences in your career to parlay that into future endeavors? And what were some of the events and promotions that you were involved with after that?
So it encouraged me mostly for wanting to become an entrepreneur and wanting to be a leader and motivate and be able to empower others. And I think just building with that basic foundation, because when I first started, I was very shy. I was very quiet. Like I
can't picture it.
I actually had customers come up to me and they're like, why don't you smile more? So then I had like a few things change in life, a few things happen, and I realized like perspective was everything. And for me, that literally a day happened. And I remember moving forward from that day, like life is short, smile, because you never know, just by that little moment of you smiling and like making a difference could change somebody's life. And I realized from that day, like, I want to be the person who's smiling and happy and positive and like radiating sunshine, not like grumpy and like, oh, like I don't want to be that person. And even if people think it's too much, that's cool.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me. Take it or leave it.
She's lost her voice.
I know. I talk too much, so I lose my voice all the time.
Hi.
But I got it back today.
We love it. What are some of the events and promos that you've worked on like since then? So you've had some major things that you've done.
For me, doing a lot of nonprofit stuff is very dear to my heart.
Yeah.
I actually work a lot side by side with Mission 22, which is a suicide prevention. My brother actually did commit suicide, and for me, was that the event? That was something that definitely triggered. And he was the most happy, like amazing, outgoing person. So for me, connecting with nonprofits like that, making a difference is incredible. And actually today I have a meeting in a few hours with another suicide prevention benefit that we're working on.
Perfect.
So beyond blessed how everything happens. And then another thing is just empowering like women and girls. That's something with a company that I did create on the side. And for me, like just helping others and letting people know, like, you're not alone. Don't be ashamed of what you've gone through. Like, embrace it and let that push you to like who you want to be.
Ever Google yourself and surprised at what you find? I have. I did not like what I saw. All my information is out there. I regularly receive spam calls, weird text messages, even experience card fraud. We need better protection. How did I even get our info? Well, thanks to today's sponsor, Aura, I now know. Aura shows me which and how many data brokers are selling my information. These data brokers make a fortune selling my and your information. They also make it hard to get your information removed from these sites, but Aura solves that by automatically submitting opt-out requests on my behalf. This helps reduce the amount of spam I receive, and I feel much more secure knowing my personal information isn't as exposed. I promise you, you have information exposed right now. Just Google yourself and find out. Best case scenario, more spam. Worst case scenario, hackers and scammers are getting into your financial accounts. Do we want that? I don't think so. I value my privacy and I value yours. Go to aura.com/decisiontactical to start your 2-week free trial. The link is in the description. Go check it out.
You created you just briefly mentioned the company, Dynamite Couture.
Yes.
Tell us about that, the origin of that. Let's dive into it.
It started about 5 or 6 years ago. It all kind of came up with just this idea of, hey, I want to create some kind of community of bringing women and girls together and being able to like share stories of what they've gone through and how they overcame it and how they can like inspire and uplift one another. And the biggest goal was just having a safe haven for people to come to feel connected and to not feel alone. And from there, we started like clothing brand. And for me, I'm all about tactical. Like I started shooting at a young age. I'm all about self-defense and empowerment. So for me, like I was like, okay, if I'm going to have a clothing line that is connected with this, it needs to be badass. Everything is very girly and badass kind of compiled into one. And that's why our logo is a pink heart grenade. And for me, that's what a strong woman is, you know, a balance of girly, pretty, and also powerful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific stories you could reference on how you feel about the company? Like maybe there's a specific story of someone you've touched or someone that's been touched through the company.
Wow.
I don't know.
So that's really hard to say because I've met so many incredible women and girls and even men throughout the company that have incredible, powerful stories where I think like, wow, my story in the moment, like I thought was rough and hard. But then when I hear some of these other stories and I see these women like powerful and just so positive and making a difference, like that just pushes me and encourages me that I need to step it up and I need to continue doing what I'm doing because what we're doing is making a difference.
Yeah, it serves an awesome purpose.
Yeah.
What do you sell?
So we have really cool apparel as well as accessories and tumblers, but our tactical line, which is all about like bombshell and like the bullet lips and Second Amendment, it's just all about that because for me, like that's, you know, what I stand behind and I believe in, and it shows armor and strength, but also, you know, cute and bling and girly.
Speaking of armor and strength, you have this amazing vehicle around it, like a driving advertiser. Yeah.
So when I was a kid, because my dad is a mechanic, he always had custom shops. So I grew up like working on cars with him, and he always had really cool trucks. And I remember he had a contract with Chevy and had Hummers coming in. And I remember being like, Dad, I want a Hummer. Like, I want to drive that. And he's like, no way, those are too big. Well, here we are now. I drive an H2 and it's decked out pink and black. And for me, I'm like, I feel like a little badass driving with my little tank, which I would love to have an H1. I know people are going to hate on me for the H2. But listen, y'all, you guys are safer with me being in an H2. Because the H1, I would be hitting all the curbs. I'd be running into cars. So we don't want that. So let's keep the road safe with me in an H2.
That's great. Yeah, it's awesome. See you pulling up in that type of vehicle. Were you always into self-defense? Was that like, when did that start? Yeah.
Actually, kind of sad story, but you know, hey, everyone always has one.
Yeah.
Let's see, how old was I? It was my first week of high school. I was taking the bus back and forth to school, and it dropped us off a couple streets away, and I ended up getting jumped by an entire gang of 4 people. And after they beat the living crap out of
women,
me, it was from what I remember, there was at least 3 women, and there was one guy holding me down. And at the end of them beating the living heck out of me, it felt like eternity. It was probably only a minute. Afterward, a gentleman came out of the vehicle that they all got out of and put a gun to my head and basically said, if I were to say anything, I would regret it. They all jumped in the truck or their car, backed up and took off. And from that day, let's just say I was picked up from someone that was there to help, brought me to my house, left me there in the front yard, called 911, ambulance came, and it was pretty rough. And from that day moment, I knew like I had to protect myself because so many people live in this fake reality of like, nothing's going to happen to me. Bad things don't really happen. No, bad shit happens. This is a crazy world. You don't need to be paranoid, but you sure as hell need to be prepared and ready for anything. And that's when I started learning how to get into fighting. And my dad and I started shooting. And I really just realized like, I need to have my own back no matter what.
That's that's an insane story. I'm happy you're smiling and bubbly.
You know what though? I'm grateful it happened because if that hadn't happened, like maybe I wouldn't have the same perspective. So
we're connected through Decision Tactical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that kind of plays a part in that mindset. How did you connect with Decision Tactical?
So a few different ways, actually. So because now, you know, I do event coordination. I help run events all throughout the year. A big one is during Bike Week, run an event called Burning Bike, which is my baby. And I actually connected with you guys through that. And you guys were one of our sponsors and vendors this past year. And it was incredible to have you guys out there. And through that, you know, I realized I'm like, wow, these guys are really cool. Like this is a really cool concept.
I was there this year.
You were there. You were one of the guys representing. You guys killed it that night. But then I remember coming in like a few days later to check it out, and I got to try everything.
Yeah.
And I was so blown away and impressed. And just, I felt at home. Like something clicked when I got here, and I'm like, I need to be here. I don't know what, how, when, what, like, but I need to be a part of this family. And I started offering my self-defense and firearm classes through Dynamite Couture here, renting the facility. And quickly after that, I realized like, I'm in, this is my family, this is where I'm going to be. And here we are a few months in, and I'm full blown with you guys and feeling grateful.
Oh yeah, we're very happy.
Yeah.
What lights you up about being a part of Decision Tactical, both like what we do and well, you know, what it stands for and things like that?
So for me, I feel like we truly are making a difference. We are impacting so many people, whether it's children, whether it's men, women, whether it's beginner levels who are wanting to build that confidence and overcome a fear, or someone who is already like a skilled badass who just wants to come in and like play and have fun and really tighten on their skills. And for me, I just feel like what we're doing is bigger than what we can even like fathom. Like we're making such a difference that I really truly don't even realize like what we're doing, how impactful it is.
I completely agree. I wouldn't be here otherwise. Why is it necessary? What are the use cases for a place like Decision Tactical?
Because this world is crazy. Real life scenarios. Like when you're in here, yes, it could be entertainment and it can be fun, but at the end of the day, you're put in real life situations that shit can go down and things can happen. And practicing and being able to come in and do these drills prepares you. Like, what are you going to do if you were in this situation? Are you going to run and take off and hide? Or are you going to be the hero and you're going to come in and step in and know what to do? So for me, like, that's huge.
When you see a scenario like the mall, for example, like we're in here right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like what does that do for, say, people even in your Dynamite Couture community?
Yeah, absolutely. So funny you say that is I have a lot of, women that come to me who are fearful, whether they've been in a situation of whether it was domestic abuse or some kind of assault or something, and they have a fear of firearms. I encourage them to come here because this is the best opportunity for you to overcome that, because there is no live ammunition. You don't have to worry about anything happening. Like
safe.
They're totally safe 100%. And I feel like there's nowhere else you can go to have that opportunity. And I feel like this is all the elements in one. And I couldn't recommend anyone to go anywhere else other than here with us.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What does family play a part in all of this for you?
So my family is incredible. I have an amazing support system.
Great.
My son, my husband, my parents, family and friends, and everyone here has become family. Like I said, when I came in here, I felt home and connected, and I'm not going anywhere.
Good. Same. I'm gonna switch it up, do my little speed round version. Yeah, right?
No pressure.
Yeah, right? Do you have a favorite weapon?
Oof. So yes, my AR-15 custom pink and black. It's pretty badass, and I shoot so accurate with that thing.
I'm sure you do. Now we're on the women kick. Do you have a favorite women empowerment movie? Like what do you like? What is it? What's like a go-to when you think of that?
So actually, I think, oh my God, I should know the name of this. I think it's called Enough.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
That is my favorite. Most
empowering movie. That one she fight with the trainer at the end.
I love it.
Sick.
And I love boxing, so it just
fitting.
Hits.
Love that. When you think back, what was your favorite Hooters modeling gig?
Oh, wow.
Or place?
Okay, so you know what? It's actually probably not even modeling, but I don't know the exact year, but we were in the Hooters. I was in one of the Hooters international pageants in Miami, and we actually got to go to the Arnold Palmer Hospital with children who were unfortunately battling cancer. And we got to go in and spend a couple hours that day and dress up all the little girls in princess outfits.
Oh, that's great.
And treat them like they were like the pageant girls for the day. And I just remember that was incredible. And for me, like, that's still to this day, I have a newspaper article of us there with them, and like a few of the kids passed, and like that was a huge moment for me, like seeing them light up and just be so happy in that moment.
Nice.
Yeah,
that was a great answer. Your last meal, what's your favorite meal ever?
Oh my gosh, my favorite meal? Oh, I'm a foodie, so it's hard. Everyone always used to make fun of me because for me, I'm like, hey, life is a balance. So I would always get like chili cheese fries and a side salad. So that's my life. I'm a balance, a little bit of everything.
Nice. Last one. I love asking this question. If you could have dinner with someone from history, who
man, from history? Does it have to be history?
It's up to you. Take it how you want.
Listen, I might get hit for this, but I would love to have dinner with Donald Trump.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, me too. Honestly,
Yes.
that'd be great. It'd be interesting no matter what. I appreciate you coming out here. I want to know for the audience over here, what's next for you and how can people connect with you if you'd like to be connected with?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone can obviously find me here at Decision Tactical.
Mm-hmm.
My plan is to continue to, build this company and just be an amazing team player and turn this into worldwide. Like, I want us to be known everywhere and impact as many people as we can. And then another way is through my company, Dynamite Couture, which you can find me at dynamitecouture.com, or reach out to me on any social media platform. And I would love to bring you guys in here, whether it's doing self-defense classes or firearm training, however we can, take care of you. I would love to be the source to be there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate all this. Thank you for coming on here.
I appreciate it.
It was a blast. I learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course.